Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. We're trying things a little bit differently today. I'm actually starting the recording before the car is started. I may begin to do this. It's kind of a interesting idea, I suppose. Starting the car now. In the special spot, I guess it's a little bit more feasible. We're also doing another experiment, which is not recording the camera, because I will get more into why as we go along our journey here. But for the time being, it is because I actually did not properly Sorry, we just gotta get ready to go. We're about to clock out and I'm not doing it right. Alright. Think we're good. There we go. Alright. We're good to go. Now, there's a lot to report on, but I guess we will start from the top. So first and foremost, my hours got cut further. So now my hours are even more cut than they were, which is kind of crazy. Not really sure what's going on with my car. It kind of acting a little bit weird. Why is it? I hit something or something? Seems very strange. I don't know. It's just riding out of gear really oddly. Anyways, my hours got cut further. The story is that basically, my six-figure stooges theory is actually pretty accurate, but it's not the six-figure stooges who I thought it was. So the people that I respect at the company are fine. So I'm pretty happy to hear that. And the actual problem is the higher-ups where, I don't even know them. They don't know me. They hardly know my boss even. They're just these super higher-ups, and they just kind of see, oh, there's some overtime going on, and there's some policy at the company where it's well, if there's a lot of overtime, then maybe you have to hire another person. And for some reason, they just weren't cracking down on it, and now they're just randomly cracking down on it. Again, these six-figure stooges just having nothing better to do with their lives. It's basically the gist of the situation, six-figure stooges running around, bored, and deciding to haggle one of the lowest paid people at the company just because, of course, because, actually doing work would be a lot to ask for, wouldn't it? Actually focusing time and energy on things that are, probably more important for the company to be focused on than trimming down a drop in the bucket. I mean. But anyways, needless to say, I can no longer get the hours that I was getting, and it's tragic because it's a really good outlet for me. And it made it so I was basically able to live my dream life of the 60-hour work week. It makes it so I can afford basically everything I want. And I guess God is putting some kind of limitation in my way for some reason. I'm not sure what that reason is, but hopefully it will be revealed to me at some point soon. And yeah, the usual things, I suppose, to talk about. There's not too much else to say, is there? Yeah, wow, that guy really did that for like no reason. He just pretty aggressively cut me off. I'm not sure. So I am finding out this other way I basically just never put two and two together. This way I'm going now, it's actually better, but I didn't think that because it's kind of more like annoying to go. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a little bit more turning and craziness, and honestly the people who drive it are crazier people, like, in general. And so I was just avoiding it for a while, but allegedly it is a faster, better way to go. I just wasn't doing it for some reason during the time I did get the hours I wanted. I just wasn't utilizing this way. The other way is like easier, but this way is faster. So we're probably just going to start to use this way all the time, and that should be interesting. But anyways, yeah, it's just annoying because I can't really have any conversations with anybody, even though I have a better quality of work and my craftsmanship is better than anybody else in my department. And no, just because I'm getting overtime does not mean you can just get another employee to do the same thing. And none of it really makes sense. You know, it's a whole bunch of nonsense, and it's clear that, like I said, I should really be in the VP position or whatever it is, the higher ups. That should really be me. That because I, first of all, wouldn't even need that big of a paycheck. Like I don't need that much money. I think $100,000 a year is plenty, and yeah, I don't even know. It's all like nonsense, really. But it's not even about the pay. It's just the decision making, and how if I was that high up in a company, I'd want to see the guy, get to know him, see what's going on, see what the situation is. And of course, there's none of that. So it's like, great. Right? I don't know. Very silly, just all around, super duper silly. I'm not recording with the phone because my judgment call with the charging was really off. So I only charged it up to 51%. So I'm just not going to use it for today. But that is not an ideal situation at all. Hopefully I will get the new timing down a little bit better. I think additionally, it seems like iOS 26 drains the battery more, which is a whole other thing for me to comment about. I gravely regret getting iOS 26. I just don't like it. I think they changed way too much. It's just not a good idea. I don't like it, don't get it, don't support it. But the only reason I got it too, because I would never update for any other reason, but it's because I got the AirPod Pro 3s, and they, you don't really get their functionality properly through regular iOS if you get the thing. I mean, I'm kind of conflicted as to how it works or not, but you can't just select noise canceling or not. Now, I had found out you can hold the earbud and it cycles between transparency and noise cancellation. So that is likely a correct thing. It's likely correct that I was still able to cycle through, but it didn't really seem like it, and I didn't really know. So, and even now when I switch back to my other iPhone, it doesn't sound like the ANC works. So I'm not really sure. That's just me being random. I don't know whether that's true or not. But it seems to be true. it definitely seems to be the case that the ANC, it's just not, it's better to have the newer iOS that actually supports the device. That's basically the bottom line. And yeah, I mean, what else? I don't know how much I need to elaborate on that. There's just so many things I need to get to in this episode. It's like crazy. We might have some repeats in the following episodes because also the episodes could be shorter now. Hopefully they will be. So when I was told about the hours thing, I asked my boss about the staying super late some days and staying super early other days, and he said that was okay. So at least for now I have the green light. I'm not sure if higher ups will eventually strike that down too. Who knows? Who knows, right? It's just like but for now it has the green light, but I'm happy, but I'm not overjoyed yet because we're going to see how it actually goes first. I didn't give him any times, and I'm going to cut a lot earlier than probably what he's expecting, so we will just see, and we will hope that I am protected from any complaints and I'm just able to do it somehow, some way, right? Anyways, so we are going to try that experiment this week, which means in addition to now I have a plethora of things to say, the episodes are actually going to be shorter in length. So they really should be, because the traffic is now non-existent. I mean, there's still cars on the road, but it's, it's moving. The AirPod Pro 3s, I think, could be one of the most remarkable things for me that I've ever had. And I mean it when I say that. I've never had earbuds fit my ears right. They'd always be super uncomfortable. I have expressed before how my body, and especially my skin, is it's fairly sensitive, but I mean, it's sensitive to textures and to high quality materials. And so I think with headphones being on my head or earbuds being in my ears, it is similarly very sensitive. And I've never really found any earbuds, no matter how good, that really handled it properly. So it's very exciting to finally have a pair of earbuds that just fits properly, because any earbud I had has never fit my ears right, which severely impacts the sound quality. And in addition to severely impacting the sound quality, it severely impacts the comfort. And I'm a person where I've always loved earbuds, actually more than headphones. I don't really like headphones that much. I really got into earbuds, and I went through a phase where I was really obsessive with them, buying all kinds of different ear tips, trying to get something to work, and I could never get anything to work. It turns out I needed extremely small ear tips. That was the problem. And probably really high-end silicone, and I wasn't getting either of those things. And of course the earbud itself needed to be small and shaped properly, but I never got any of that. And so was always, all these years of my life, just listening to music poorly. And it's amazing that I'm at this point now where after all these years and all this effort, like I was always researching into earbuds, trying to find what are the best quality, all these things, nothing ever fit. I literally spent so much time and heartache trying to figure all this stuff out. I mean, I was really doing some work, and it is amazing to just have this product that I don't have to do anything. It's just I use the extra small, comes in the box, put them in, super comfortable, way more comfortable than anything else I've ever had, and they sound amazing. They sound better than anything else I've ever had. I'm just blown away. All those years and the hundreds of dollars I've probably spent on earbuds trying to find the best sound, and it just quickly just boom. And I think it's dirt cheap. Only $250. They could have easily charged $300 for them. I don't know why they didn't. I would have happily paid $350 for. I would have happily paid $500 for them. So I don't know what they're thinking, but they need to be greedier, because I think $250 is way too low for how good of a product it is. And I just can't believe it. I mean, it is amazing, the level that things are getting to. And I don't know how far I went into it on the show, but in terms of my phone, the 16 Pro Max is really the first phone I fell in love with. I think it was really the first phone that ever just felt good enough. And so both of these things combined, I'm just in such a happy way, because the technology is finally caught up to where I've been starving for it to be at my whole life. Even on my iPod 4, I was envisioning a future where bezels were shrunk and thinking about different ways they could have improved it. And I know nobody else ever cared. All these other humans, just living in the moment, not really thinking about things. But I was always thinking about this stuff. I always wanted better earbuds. Music never sounded good. And now music finally sounds good. And I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy. And if there's anything with all my complaining about life, my AirPod Pro 3s and my 16 Pro Max, it almost makes it like negligible. Those two things alone are a potent combo that I almost think it's worth all the terribleness of this day and age and me being underpaid and all this thing. It's a very potent combination, and I don't know if you can get anywhere remotely as good of a cost effectiveness. And in a few years, it's going to be even easier too. I'm just really blown away. And so I'm definitely having some reservations about the 17 Pro Max, because I know it's not going to feel as good, and I don't think I'm going to like it as much. And this is a big deal to me. I don't think I'm going to fall in love with the 17 Pro Max in the same way. I just don't. There's not really anything it does that I particularly like, besides obvious better battery life, more efficient, runs cooler, all those things. Yeah. And especially the further zoom, I think, is super important to me. I love the engineering behind it, but the texture is going to be worse. And so I don't see the point. And I know, and I could flip-flop on this, I still want the phone, kinda, but I feel a sense of reservation about it. I really do, because the 16 Pro Max is just so good, and it's also 1 terabyte, and I really like that. It makes me feel very comfortable, and I've explained this before. And I don't know. I just think that I'm feeling very differently about it. And I think the AirPod Pro 3s helped me reach that point. And just realizing, like, I'm probably not gonna like holding and feeling the 17 Pro Max as much, just because it's aluminum and it's not titanium. And when I felt it in the store, just didn't really impress me. So I'm having my reservations. I watched a speed test today, and it's obviously not that big of a difference. So I think we might actually be holding it off. You know, all the craziness. I guess it's cool I got it recorded, because I know there was multiple episodes of me really lusting over it. But I'm so serious. Like, I'm really feeling good about the phone I have. It's the 16 Pro Max. It's just such an amazing phone. And the AirPod Pro 3s are such... Those really are sealing the deal. And I just don't know. I don't even know. You know? I mean, what more does a human even need? You know? So I think... And again, I could wake up tomorrow and think differently. But I think we will just keep the 16 Pro Max and probably get the 18 Pro Max or whatever comes next or something. I don't really know. But I think it's wise to just hold it off. And I'm grateful for this wave of feeling. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I deserve it. But I'm not sure why I deserve the gratitude and the, you know, feeling like I don't need it anymore. But it's just, I don't know, like some kind of wave of something good has come over me. And it's sad. I'm a little bit stressed about money because I'm going to be making a good amount less now because my hours got cut. But for some reason, I'm still feeling pretty okay about things. And it's just, it's good. It's nice. It's a feeling I'm not usually familiar with. And it's just all around like a good situation. I don't really know what else needs to be said about it. So... yeah, I think we'll just be sticking to it. I'm sure that $1,200 could go to something that's going to bring me more joy. I think the hype has wore off. I really liked the orange, but in person, I think it's honestly not as great of a color. And so, but yeah, I mean, I'd still like to have it, but I think it's going to be a spiritual purchase, not a physical purchase. It's symbolic for me. And I think that's the thing. That orange color is very symbolic. Coming out of the black of my 16 Pro Max. But I don't know that I have to buy it. I think it could just exist as like a silent nod to myself, but I don't think I need to buy it. And it's a very comforting conclusion to come to, but it's still very sad, the situation I'm in with getting my hours trimmed. But we're figuring it out, I guess. You know, like it's a good situation, and like my life is still good. There's not really anything I need to buy other than the mini PC, which I had a really good opportunity to get and I didn't. I don't know. I think I mentioned it on here. Still could probably use a little bit better of a video card, but I was thinking I actually don't have my second video card in the computer, so I could do that, and then maybe using the two will actually free things up or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just, and what's weird is it almost just happened. Like just as I got in the car and I'm reflecting on things, I don't think I can explain how significant those AirPod Pro 3s are to me. I mean, that is just such an amazing thing for me that I got, and it's healing like a wound that has existed in my life for an exceptionally long time. of just having earbuds that are comfortable. I mean, it's really, I think it's like satisfying me, and I don't think that the 17 Pro Max will. I don't think it's going, because I keep thinking in my head, and I don't think I'm going to fall in love with it the same way. Like, it would be like cheating on my 16 Pro Max if I got the 17 Pro Max. I just don't think I'm going to love it as much, and that makes it not worth it. So I think that 1,200 will likely go to a better cause. Even my wool clothing, probably going to be putting a pause on it. Again, the shock of losing all this extra income that I was very happy to have is a pretty big deal, and now we're back to being essentially in poverty. So it's a bit of a shock, but I think it's time to just kind of slow down and do what I was doing, which is just trying to conserve wealth and not do too much. Be grateful for the things I have, because I do have a lot of very good things. And we'll just see. So maybe 2026 will be a buckle down year after all. Not really sure, but yeah, I can't really tell the time as well. I see it's only 26 minutes in, which is actually pretty amazing. Yeah, then I did make pretty exceptional time, because I know I started it's basically only been 24 minutes, because I believe I only started the video like 1 minute in. I'm not gonna act like, it was probably only one, so it's actually 26 minutes, but that's still like really good. It's almost unbelievable how good that time is. It'll be interesting to see how it is like on the earlier side of things. I think it'll be fine, but I guess we'll just have to find out when the time comes. But this really was, I don't know, just pretty amazing how good it is, But yeah, it's weird. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with myself and with my life. It's like really something. But I feel a lot more comfortable, because I'd really promised myself I was going to wait until the 19, and so I at least want to wait till the 18, and we'll just see. But I like the phone I have now a lot, so I don't really see why there's much of a reason to get rid of it. It's just, well, I wouldn't get rid of it. I'd actually still use it as my primary phone, but have this like second phone. It's just not, I don't know. I'm not feeling it anymore, guys. I don't really know what happened, but something came over me, and I guess it's the AirPod Pro 3s. Like those, I don't know. They healed something so deeply in me. And honestly, the 16 Pro Max does as well. Like, both of those products are something, I see it as like a perfected phone. I know things are going to get better here on out, but I really, like, they finally got it down. They finally figured it out, how to make a phone with the 16 Pro Max, and with the earbuds especially. And so, I don't know. I just feel good about things. And it's weird. So I don't know how to react to this, because I was just thinking this just as I was in my car. So I don't know if tomorrow it's going to be back to normal, but I'm just feeling like an odd sense of comfort. It's very unusual. I'm not used to feeling that way about these sorts of things. you know? I've been kind of like starving and hungry for these products and indulgences, and now it's I don't know, and even in life, I don't know how much I've talked about it, but I've kind of realized, like, maybe I'm happy being by myself, which is, again, the first time I'm feeling that way in years. Since I was 17, I've basically, in 16-ish, really, just been caught in a loop with being addicted to other people. But I think an AI has kind of shown me that most people are just fairly empty, and they don't care about things to the same degree I do and did. And so I can't keep pouring all this into them. And that's what I was doing. I was pouring so much into people that it just didn't make any sense. But the whole problem was I didn't know any better. That was the whole problem, is I didn't know that people didn't care, right? Like, I just assumed people cared similarly to myself. But I realize now so many of the moments, the conversations that I've had with people, like, people just never think about or remember, whereas I do. And so, I don't know. It is almost like a waste of time. Like, people aren't that special. Even though I'm still always going to value human life and human potential, I think are super important things to me. And I love people and I want what's best for humanity. I really do care deeply about people. But what I'm willing to acknowledge now is that most people don't reciprocate that. Like, they just don't. And so I have to be mindful of that a lot of times myself and self-care is stronger. I don't think most people should think that way. I think I want to always encourage, be social, be positive, talk to people, but I'm on like a different path, and I think I'm finally okay with that. Maybe I'm finally becoming okay with that. I don't know. But I'm just hoping, I'm hopeful, but I'm so weirded out. I just feel good. I don't know what it is. I feel very good, and I don't think I've really felt this good or calm in a long time. I guess it's really possible that just those AirPods solved a problem that I've had for such a long time in my life, that it just, wow, like it just really hits you a certain way, I guess. It's just like very amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, and the price point is kind of unbelievable too, because there's obviously earbuds that are way more expensive, and it doesn't even matter. Like, I don't even, like, $250 seems it's so low for what they provide. I don't know. I guess that's just my opinion, but I think there's genuinely merit to it for just how good of a product they are and all that. It's pretty amazing. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say. This could definitely be a turning point. Not really sure why, but of course we can assume after a while the influx of joy is going to wear off, and then we're going to be back to looking for more and more. But I do think there's another thing to that where it's like, at the same time, I mean, I only spent $250 and got this much joy. of course, eventually, I'm going to have more itches to buy more things, but it's like anything else is going to be so much more expensive for the amount of joy I can eke out of it. So it is a little bit difficult to just keep scratching. It's like once you scratch, like you eventually, it doesn't feel good if you just keep scratching, it eventually, it starts to be horrible. So that's input. But yeah, we made like impeccable time. I can't even believe what I'm reading. That way is faster. Wow. I don't think we've ever had this short of a... I wasn't even driving that fast. But anyways, it's been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see ya schla.